Christmas story from when my girls were back in grade school. May it remind you of those you treasure in your life. It was the night before Christmas when, all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. And my wife in her PJs and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. And our girls tucked in bed, asleep as can be, come Christmas morning they'd wake Mom and me. But I couldn't sleep. I pulled out my iPhone, and Instagram pictures put me in some zone. You know the posts, those folks always so happy, and they travel in the wine and lifestyles so snappy, at a posh second home, looking out on some lake, and the more that I looked, the less I could take. Life's shoulda, couldas overwhelmed me. What I didn't have was all I could see. And I tossed and I turned, how I wished I had more. Whatever I had wasn't what I wished for. And I ran over choices that I took back then, and I wished I could do life all over again. And the next thing you know, I was in a deep dream. It was one that you swear just how real it all seems. And I was pulled back in time to a past Christmas morn in the home where my brothers and sisters were born. And the moon on the breast of a new fallen snow gave the luster of morning to objects below. And my stocking was hung by the chimney with care. But my stocking, the only one that was there. And on the mantle, a candle and a note said, "For you. If you light this candle, your dreams will come true." So I did. I lit the thing. When just up the staircase there rose such a clatter, I snapped back around to see what was the matter. When what to my wondering eyes should appear but my brothers and sisters from those early years. Not as adults, they were all little kids, and they laughed and they kidded like they always did. But I could see them, but they couldn't see me. How could this possibly be? And as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the staircase my parents came with a bound. And my mom and my dad, they both passed away. But my dad had his camera just clicking away. And my siblings and parents' stockings appeared, and everything felt just so wonderfully weird. And right near our fireplace, a plump Christmas tree. I could smell it, and it smelled just like Christmas to me. And my Grammies and Grampies, they were there too. And they pampered us like only grandparents do. And grade school pals and this Little League dad. And there by the fireplace, these nuns that I had. And in the front door walked my high school gang. And I whistled and I shouted and I called them by name. On Chippers, on Bobby. Our band was all there. It's hard to believe that's how we wore our hair. And they laughed and told stories about stupid stuff. It's the stuff that's so stupid you can't get enough. And my presents weren't presents from under that tree. My presents were all standing right there with me. All these faces from places I've worked through the years, all my best bosses, all my favorite peers. It was just the best party with everyone there. People I've loved were just everywhere. And then in a twinkling, I saw by the door the most beautiful person that I couldn't love more. My wife, she just glowed at the age when we met. Why she picked me, I'll just never get. And then I looked over right next to the tree, the sweetest two girls who looked a lot like me. The room was just stuffed with the best of my life. And on top of all that, my kids and my wife. It sounds so bizarre, but the room started clearing, and everything slowly began disappearing. And a dapper young mailman was at the front door. He smiled. "You're just the guy I'm looking for. A special delivery addressed in your name. In just a few moments, life won't be the same. The second that short little candle goes down, your past will be wiped, and they won't be around. You said that you wished you could do it again. Well, I bring you new friends and all new places you've been. You wanted more, so it's more that you'll get. More things and a cottage on Lake Wannabet. I barely could see anyone anymore. And that mailman, he slipped right out of the door. And I ran to my kids and I ran to my wife, and by the time I got there, they were out of my life. And I looked at the candle, the flame turned to smoke. I was alone in the room. Was this a bad joke? And I yelled that I'll never think these things again. Please bring back my life to my life again. And the next thing I knew, I woke up in a sweat, and my wife said so calmly, "A bad dream, I'll bet." And my two girls came in the cutest PJs. "Wake up, Mom and Dad. It's Christmas today." And I just hugged them all, and I sobbed right out loud. The thing that I lost, I luckily found. I'll never look back, never again. The beauty of life is where only you've been. I now know the treasure is people, not things. It's those in a life that make a life sing. We opened our presents from under the tree. This is the best Christmas that ever happened to me. The merriest of Christmases to you and to yours.